Hi to everyone, it's Plumpy Peach, and believe it or not, I have survived until day 8 after my surgery, and it has been a very interesting 8 days. I've explored an awful lot, and it's been a very adventureful, if that's even a word, eventful 8 days. I have done the majority of the time sitting at home, letting myself recover. But I've also done a lot of testing and learning and exploring about what I can and can't do with my new stomach. And there's a lot I can actually do that I'm very surprised about, but I'll get into that. So, interestingly, I don't have a lot of restriction, which I was really surprised about. I'd heard so many stories and heard from people about how they couldn't drink this, they couldn't drink this. It was kind of 50 mils in an hour, 100 mils in an hour if they were lucky through a straw. Quite a lot of pain, definitely no water, and if they drank too much, there was quite a lot of being sick. And I have been incredibly lucky. I, touch wood, don't have any of that at the moment. I can drink half cup, full cup water, milk, cordial, juice, whatever it is, pretty much straight away. I don't mean to do that. It's usually when I've just forgotten what is actually being done to me, and it's just that I kind of gloss over in my head and it just happens, and that's where this all came about. It was just that I forgot for an instant and I just drank something too quickly. So I am really trying to slow myself down and let my stomach heal, and take it one step at a time. But I have to admit, it's caused me a lot of anxiety, purely because I've just been so worried that there is no restriction there. I mean, what's it going to happen if there's no restriction there when I eat? What's it going to happen when there's no restriction there later on when I'm going to be overeating? Is it going to cause me to overeat, or is it going to, allow me to overeat? And is it going to allow me to put weight back on? Is it going to not even allow me to lose the weight that I'm wanting to lose, let alone lose the weight in the amount of time that I'd like to lose it? It's not that I want to have the difficulty that people want to have, or that people do have at the moment. It's more just I've gone through all of this, and I've gone through the pain of the surgery. I just would really like to see the results that everyone achieves with the surgery, and that's where the stress and the anxiety is coming from. So yeah, that's been probably one of the biggest things that's come about through all of this, is just that lack of restriction and that ability to just drink. I've spoken to the hospital, and I've spoken to my surgeon's nurse, or one of the nurses there, and I've spoken to my dietitian, and the dietitian and the nurse both feel that I have a bit of a freaky ability to heal. I have no bruises whatsoever anywhere on my body, either where the needles go into my hands, anywhere where the incisions were on my skin. I have very little swelling, and what they're wondering is whether my stomach has virtually no swelling in it whatsoever, and it's allowing for the fluid just to go straight through. Because I did have one session in hospital where things were, I drank too quickly and I became really ill. And it went away as soon as I stood up and started walking. That is the only thing I have had this entire time where anything was like that or remotely like that. So they're just wondering whether maybe I've just healed really, really quickly. And that might be the case of what's happening. So other than that, I thought I'd run you through what's been happening this week. As you might see, I'm on a bit of a recliner. Yeah, it's bouncing around. This is actually one of my parents' ones. I've stolen it. It's been brought downstairs into into my little flat. And I'm sleeping on this at night because I just can't get comfortable at night on the bed. It just doesn't work no matter how many pillows there are. So I'm still sleeping in quite an upright position, but I am at least getting some sleep. And then this is my side table. As you'll see, there's quite a bit of sleevers thing. I have good old water bottle. Must carry a water bottle with you wherever you are. I got this in hospital. Your breathing exercises. So you have to, this helps get rid of the gas in your, or the gas pockets around your diaphragm and your lungs and everywhere around that. And you just have to breathe into it and make all the balls go to the top. Sorry, breathe in, not into it. So I was needing to do that 10 times an hour when I was in hospital, but I don't have to do it as much now. I'm not doing it particularly often anymore, but I do try and do it occasionally. The gas has gotten much, much better. But again, I had no shoulder tip pain, no gas pain whatsoever the whole time I was in hospital, and then when I came out of hospital as well. I have remotes, of course, for the TV. It's actually not a Sherlock Holmes book. It's my food journal. So I'm making sure that I'm writing down absolutely everything that I consume. And that's more so that I can keep track of my fluid amount, because it's really important that you don't get dehydrated. So at this stage, I actually asked on GSA, the GSA forum, about what fluids were considered actual hydrating fluids, and the general consensus on there was that it was pretty much anything. So juice, water, cordial, tea, herbal teas, as well as drinking custards, yogurts, milk. So I've been doing that since I've come home. I was doing it in the hospital too. So it just lets me keep an eye on things and make sure that I am getting enough fluid in, because it's really, really easy to make the mistake and not track, and then all of a sudden you're getting dehydrated. So, and then, of course, you can't go anywhere without Bluebell, my stomach, or my fake stomach, because it's still full and my real stomach isn't full. I also found out today, I went to the GP and I had really, really good blood pressure. Isn't it amazing? I only went 6 weeks ago to the GP, and my blood pressure was pretty awful. And I went today and it was so improved. She was amazed. And she said just by losing that amount of weight, I've lost 8.6 kilos now in the last 3 weeks, which I'm thrilled about. But isn't it amazing, just by losing kind of that amount, well, typically small amount for a sleever, it just makes such a huge difference to something like your blood pressure. So it's already making such big changes. So looking ahead, looking forward, I was actually sent to go and have a rest now, but I wanted to get on and send out a post and say hi to everyone. And I thought now was just as good a time. Then I'm going to make some pumpkin soup. I've been having lots of fun with having vegetable soup and peas and bacon soup, and I thought I'm going to have some pumpkin soup for a bit of a change tonight. Nice homemade pumpkin soup should be beautiful. So for now, I'm still on liquids, so it's going to be a really thin pumpkin soup. I know it's a carb-based soup, but for one night, I don't think it's going to hurt me. And then I'm on fluids for a couple more nights, and then the beginning of next week I see my surgeon on Monday, I see my dietitian on Wednesday, and somewhere around there I get to transfer onto purees if everything's so well. I also get to take off my strips and all my band-aids on tomorrow. So fingers crossed everything goes well. They all look fantastic so far. So for now, I will say goodbye, and I hope you've all had a fantastic start to the week, and I hope you're getting over hump day, and you all have a great end to the week. Bye.